Book genres, generally accepted in 2021 in cyberspace by American Communications Online archivists of authors. My favorites is sharing PsyOps psychological operations of the future in artificial intelligence and time travel. The gaming industry has its own sets of rules and books to go by which were fostered by original gaming industry. The video game industry is the industry involved in the development, marketing, and monetization of video games. It encompasses dozens of job disciplines and its component parts employ thousands of people worldwide. As of 2018, video games generated sales of $134.9 billion United States dollars annually worldwide according to Wikipedia. Science fiction, also known as sci-fi, science fiction deals with the imagined future in terms of science or technology advances. This genre includes things like time travel, outer space, and intelligent life. The Time Machine by H.G. Wells is a classic example of science fiction. Two different types of books. All books are classified as either fiction or nonfiction. Within these two types of books, you'll find dozens of more specific types, or genres. Nonfiction books. Nonfiction books contain information, such as biographies and history books. Examples of nonfiction books include: most biographies are nonfiction. We say, most, biographies because a biography of a fictional character is really a fictional book. The Diary of Anne Frank is nonfiction and a journal, making it a nonfiction journal. Most dictionaries and encyclopedias are nonfiction because they contain facts about words. Travel books such as an atlas are nonfiction. How-to books that teach real skills, like the classic Betty Crocker cookbook, are considered factual. Fiction books. Fiction books contain a story that the author made up, such as romance or children's books. The most read works are works of fiction. Perhaps some of their elements are based on hints of truth, but they have been elaborated, fabricated, and used to embellish into a new story. Some examples of classic fiction books are: The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. List of book genres. The two types of books can be further divided into many different subtypes, called genres. Here are some of the different genres and types of books available today. Fiction. Nonfiction. Action and adventure. Art, architecture. Alternate history. Autobiography. Anthology. Biography. Chick lit. Business economics. Children's. Crafts, hobbies. Classic. Cookbook. Comic book. Diary. Coming of age. Dictionary. Crime. Encyclopedia. Drama. Guide. Fairy tale. Health, fitness. Fantasy. History. Graphic novel. Home and garden. Historical fiction. Humor. Horror. Journal. Mystery. Math. Paranormal romance. Memoir. Picture book. Philosophy. Poetry. Prayer. Political thriller. Religion. Spirituality. New Age. Romance. Textbook. Satire. True crime. Science fiction. Review. Short story. Science. Suspense. Self-help. Thriller. Sports and leisure. Western travel. Young adult. True crime. Popular nonfiction book genres explained. Adult and children's nonfiction genres are more popular than you might imagine. These are only five of the most popular nonfiction genres according to book sales. Food. Nonfiction food books include cookbooks, but more modern food books encompass everything from specific cooking elements and ingredients to specialized diets. You'll find classic cookbooks with recipes and books that are part memoir, autobiography, and part cookbook. Mastering the Art of French Cooking by Julia Child is an example of a popular food book. History. Nonfiction history books include any books that lay out the known facts about a time, culture, or event in history. Killing England by Bill O'Reilly and Martin Dugard is an example of a popular history book. Memoir. Memoirs are one type of autobiography. In this type of book, the author puts emphasis on specific moments or events that brought about specific life lessons. A popular example of a memoir is Becoming by Michelle Obama. Politics. Political nonfiction books can include books written by career politicians, books that explore political systems, or books that discuss the politics of a certain period. Political satires are one type of political book that make fun of some sort of person or institution. A Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole is an example of a political satire. Self-help. Self-help books aim to aid the reader in improving some part of her life. Common topics covered by self-help books include relationships, finances, and mental health. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey is a classic example of a popular self-help book. Popular fiction book genres explained. Most adult fiction is categorized as general fiction, while a large portion of children's books are classified as fiction. The popularity of genres changes over time, but these genres rarely lose popularity. Young adult. Young adult fiction is written for readers ages 12 to 18. They incorporate the typical reading level and worldview of tweens and teens in this age group. The Hunger Games series by Suzanne Collins is an example of popular young adult fiction. Children's books. Children's fiction is often called children's literature or juvenile fiction. Books in this genre are written with readers under the age of 12 in mind. Types of children's books include picture books and chapter books. Classic Dr. Seuss books like Green Eggs and Ham are examples of children's fiction. Crime thriller. Thrillers are suspenseful stories, which makes a crime thriller a book that has a crime as its main subject while keeping readers on edge. The main characters are often fighting for justice. John Grisham is a well-known crime thriller author. Literary fiction. If a work of fiction doesn't fit into any of the other available genres, it can be labeled as literary fiction. These books are usually character-driven and introspective. They are sometimes called serious fiction because of their tone. Stephen Crane's The Open Boat is an example of literary fiction. Science fiction. Also known as sci-fi, science fiction deals with the imagined future in terms of science or technology advances. This genre includes things like time travel, outer space, and intelligent life. The Time Machine by H.G. Wells is a classic example of science fiction. Explore different book types or books. Now that you know more about the different types of genres, you can continue exploring other works of fiction and nonfiction. You may even find a new favorite. If you can't choose one favorite genre to read, consider reading short stories or an anthology. You might even want to crack open a novella. ++++.